I was coming on with you because I was talking to him about getting on, and he sent me a pair of these Kanye's back here. So if they see something different, it's because my brother, you know, he goes all out. So he sent me a pair of sneakers. So I'll put them up back here. Yeah, he sent it to me personally. Shout out to the Kardashian family, Kanye West, all of them.
Kanye West, send me some fucking sneakers too.
Yo, Iron Mike, look, it's so much to talk about with you. It's an honor. You know, I do this every night. Last night we had Andrew Wang, the guy, the Asian American brother who went for president. This guy's intelligent. He's giving back to the hood. We have Van Jones, Michael Blackson. Every day we got somebody crazy. Today, you are by far, if you stepped off right now, the biggest person on the Fat Joe show. You are Iron
Joe, man. Listen, there's no one bigger than you, Joe. You're the biggest person on the show, man. There's nobody bigger than you, man.
Come on. Iron Mike, I'm going to get to it, right? I grew up tough. I grew up in the Bronx. You grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up every day for violence. I woke up every day to fight 3 dudes, 4 dudes. Like every day I got up, I left my house. My poor mother and father, they worked hard. They didn't know that I went outside for the smoke. Same thing with you, Mike. And it got to a point where I became Fat Joe the rapper. And I didn't realize that people knew I had money. So they were trying me, and I was knocking everybody out, but it was like 20 lawsuits in a row. I figured out, yo, are they really trying me, or am I the lick? Am I the guy they just fronting on? So
you're the sucker, Joe. Yes, Joe, you're the sucker. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, every week growing up, I heard Mike Tyson knocked this one out in Brooklyn. Mike Tyson knocked that one out in Brooklyn.
Oh, but they never told you what I had to pay these guys, did they?
No, I knew. After I was like, damn, somebody needs to tell Mike, yo, Mike, they were setting you up to get knocked out to get a check. Yes or no?
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. I was just so caught up. I gave them the money. I was crazy when I was champ. I wasn't ready for that. It was too much for me.
Hey, Mike, let me tell you something. So they would say, because I don't think you're the most intimidating. Without a weapon, without a gun, you were by far the most intimidating, the most feared human being on earth.
You really think so, Joe? Get out of here. I think I'm a wuss and stuff, man. Some of these guys.
Yo, Mike, let me tell you, Mike, I thought about fighting you a lot of times.
And I love you. Want to fight me?
No, Mike. And I love you. I worship you. And I said, yo, what if Mike Tyson ever fronts on me and I'm going to have to fight the guy, but I know he's knocking me out cold. Like, there is no... You know how many guys started with you that do, yo, they get knocked out?
Yeah, it's absolutely true, Joe. But listen, I knocked out somebody. Listen, Joe, this is what I realized. I realized these guys were in partnership with me. These guys are nobody. These guys never had a job in their life. And next thing you know, they got $3 million, $5 million. They're bums. They're nobody. So their mothers don't even love them. And these guys are millionaires just because I had an ego and I had to knock them out in front of everybody.
I am Mike, man. Let me tell you something. I got so much to talk to you about. I'm going to tell you a real quick story what happened to me. And, you know, in the record Lean Back, I said even Roy Jones was forced to lean back. And that was because Roy Jones had got knocked out. But I'm not going to lie to you, Iron Mike. You know where I come from the streets, and you know I'm respected like that. Your man Roy Jones really pulled up on me in the club, and he was going to hook off on me. Like, he literally came looking for me to ask me what's up with me dissing him in the fight. And I was like, holy Christ, this man... You know, Roy Jones ain't no punk, man. He came to see Fat Joe. I had 100 guys with me, Mike.
No, but he didn't understand he was about to die. That's what they don't understand sometimes. No, really, that's the real deal, Joe. That's the real deal. We get caught up. We really believe our news clipping that we're invincible and that we're the greatest fighters that ever lived. You know? And we don't know that a bat could put that in check. Forget a gun. A bat could put that in check.
No, let me tell you something. I had 100 guys. I had 100 bad guys with me that night too, Mike. And
and they can't wait to get a hold of them either.
Hey, yo, listen, man. Let me tell you something. Hey, Mike, I gotta give him respect for that, but it was foolish because I had 100 guys with me. Like, it wasn't gonna end nice, you know. And let me tell you something, man. I don't know if you remember. I tell this story all the time. Do you remember the time?
I'm doing Fat Joe right now.
Hello? Do you remember the time, Mike, where I was at the tunnel with Big Pun, and we was about to fight some bouncers at 2 in the morning, and we turned around,
Yeah, they're just
and it was you standing behind us at 2 in the morning, and you was like, "That's right, Pun, right, Joe? Fuck these niggas. Let's fuck them up."
Well, yes, I was a different kind of person back then.
And yo, Mike, you had the kufi on. You were straight from jail, and you saved our lives. You wind up chasing the bouncer.
Yeah.
Yo, Mike, the bouncer was 7 foot tall. You wound up chasing him around the car in the tunnel in socks. You took the loafers off, and you chased the motherfucker ready to fuck him up.
You know, Joe, I've done a lot of ridiculous things. That's something that I'm so happy that I didn't run into a guy like you with 100 guys back then.
Now, we love you, man. I mean,
isn't that crazy, Joe, how that stuff looks fly now? But imagine I ran into a guy like you with 100 guys. We wouldn't be having this story.
Yeah, we wouldn't, but like you said, life is life. You told me something earlier. You said, yo, Joe, what do you say, Mike? You say life is being life, and we just in life. You were saying some shit.
Life on life terms, and we just living, man.
Life on life terms, and we living. That shit is a quotable. That's the quotable of the day.
We don't even know who we are. We don't know how we got here. We just have to enjoy it, man.
I got to tell you, the first time I seen Iron Mike Tyson, I seen you on 125th and Dapper Dan. And I was still young, fat Spanish kid. I was hustling already in the streets. But I remember your neck being so big. I seen you, and I was like, yo, his neck is so big. This guy's so strong. I mean, you and Dap got so much history, man. It like, tell me what it was like, you being Iron Mike Tyson, the king of Earth from Brooklyn, going to Dapper Dan to go get those fly Gucci, Louis Vuitton.
Listen, know what was so fly about that, Joe? I would stay up there, because I would go up there early in the morning. I would stay up there till nighttime, right? And I would see all the players from all over the country, Delaware, Philadelphia, everywhere, coming, all the dope dealers, all the hitmen, everybody coming in to get their clothes. And that's how I got to know all those guys from all over the country. Cleveland, Philadelphia, Detroit, everybody. I saw to meet all of them. And I started going to their towns and meeting them. That's how I got close with everybody.
Let me tell you something, man. Dapper Dan, I've been going to Dap since I was maybe around 14 years old. Shout out to my man Gerard X Chubby Love. He introduced me to that. So I'm in Harlem. I'm hustling, and I see my man Chubby Love. This guy was already around 500, 600 pounds, and he had the fly Louis Vuitton shit on. And I was like, yo, my man, like, where you get that shit at? And he said, yo, that's Dapper Dan. And he brought me down to Dap. I was only like 14, and I went and got some Gucci shit, some Louis shit. And he knew how to dress you. And when I was in there, I ain't gonna lie to you, it wasn't no rap niggas. It was drug dealers. It was
Yes, all it was in there. That's all it was in there.
It was the most dangerous niggas on earth in Dapper Dan.
Yeah, exactly.
And to this day, when I see Dap, and I'm glad that his life has changed and he's celebrated now. And I love stories.
And he looks so good.